What's up guys, Well Customs here, and today we're taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series Rey figure and BB-8. Now I had this sitting in my closet for months. Felt like finally doing a review of it, refresh our minds and our memories of why Rey is so cool. So let's open her up. Alright guys, so here is Rey out of the box. Now it's a big toss up which one is the better figure, Rey or I got BB-8 back there. It's a big toss up, so we'll get into some details right now. First off, I know this figure has been out for a while. A lot of people have talked about the fact that the face sculpt isn't the greatest. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. Overall, you can see from far away it's a good likeness of the actress playing Rey. No problems there. I know people would rather have some more detail in the face, maybe. I'll give you that one, but in my opinion, it's pretty good. Far away, like I said, it looks pretty good. If you want to really nitpick at the face sculpt up close, then maybe that's why people don't like it. But even looking at it right now, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I don't know what you're expecting out of a $17 figure, but it's pretty good in my opinion. Overall, you have a nice likeness of her. She has a big forehead right there. The hair looks okay. You could tell it's the woman, it's the actress playing her. So I don't have a problem there. Getting to BB-8 though, his head sculpt is flawless, right? Just kidding. Take a look at her. Take a look at BB-8 right there. Very nice detail. Out of the two figures, if you want to call this a figure, BB-8 is very detailed. Has a lot of paint apps, sculpting. Even has a lot of weathering on him. Overall, he looks really good and a really nice figure to have in your collection. That is. But going back to Rey really quickly, she does come with her staff. Fits in her hand perfectly, no problems there. It does have a little strap here, which I find very awkward and weird because it's so stiff. This is like a hard piece of plastic. So getting it around her shoulder, it just looks very weird like that. I don't understand that. So if you're gonna do anything with it, maybe you might want to cut it off yourself and put an actual strap there, like anything better than that, or just have her holding the staff like that. Or, just give her a lightsaber, and it might be better. But now looking at the figure itself, she's wearing her standard clothes in the movie, so it's pretty good looking. Overall, I have no complaints there about it. Now getting to articulation right now, her head joint is pretty good. Goes up pretty nicely, goes down pretty well, and goes left and right, no problems there. The shoulder joints, she has this little... She has a shirt underneath, so it kind of bulges out, but it does not inhibit the articulation at all, so no problems there. The elbow joints, though, I'm really disappointed in the elbow joints because they're not the greatest. They barely go up 9-degree angles. Actually, it goes back more the opposite way, so I wish the elbow joint was a little bit better there. For the wrist joint, it does swivel and have a hinge, so you could have her doing the force if you want her right there. Going to the ab joint, I'm going to call it that. It does swivel right there. It does move around a little bit, but it's not the greatest. I wish it was a little better. Going down to the hips right now, she has T-jointed hips. They go out pretty decent. Going forward though, it's a little bit restricted from the cloth over here, which is a rubber piece. So you could basically get it up there if you force it up, but it won't really stay up that much because it will go back down. But the articulation is there. She does have a thigh swivel. At the knee, she has one point at the knee, but also rotates left and right too, so that's pretty good. And at the ankle, she has a hinge and a pivot, so that's pretty standard for Hasbro right there. So articulation is a little bit restricted. I do wish it was a little better, but you could have her having a nice force pose if you want that. Alright, now looking at BB-8, it's kind of funny how BB-8 is actually more detailed, has better paint apps than Rey does. But BB-8 was a big favorite for a lot of people, so I can see why they might do that. But overall, BB-8 looks pretty nice. I like how he looks, no complaints at all. For articulation, he does have some kind of he has a pretty good swivel joint going on there, something like that. It rotates all the way around. Also, his head does swivel too right there. So very good articulation. Inside here, he has some kind of mechanism. You can feel it, it's weighted. So he does move around. Zoom in like that. A little bit. Just get him going like that. So that's pretty cool. Now for a nice size comparison, here is Rey and BB-8 with some of the other Star Wars figures I have, and also a Marvel Legends, just to see the size difference right there. Overall, I do think Rey and BB-8 are pretty good figures overall. You know, for a nice $17, it's pretty good. I know some people would rather have better sculpting or better paint apps on the face, maybe better articulation. She could be better. But it's not that bad, really. BB-8, on the other hand, is awesome, so I like him a lot. So that's my little quick review on the Rey figure and BB-8 from Star Wars Force Awakens. Thanks for watching, guys. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at awakenscustoms.com. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace!